Hi, I'm Matt Eichelberger, and I run the Criminal Defense Practice Group at the Eichelberger Law Firm here in Jackson, Mississippi. There are 4 important dates you have to know if you've been indicted in Rankin or Madison County, Mississippi. The first of those is your settlement conference date. That settlement conference date is when you and your lawyer will get together with the prosecutor to discuss any resolution to your case through a guilty plea or pretrial intervention. Now, we've always discussed those with the prosecutor before you get in there, but this date is there just to make sure that those talks are happening. And if you miss it, if you don't show up for it, you'll wind up with a bench warrant. So it's important to be speaking with your attorney and to be there for that date. I'm Matt Eichelberger of the Eichelberger Law Firm in Jackson, Mississippi, and I'm discussing the 4 important dates in Rankin and Madison Circuit Courts when you've been indicted. The second important date is your guilty plea date. If you're entering a plea of guilty, you've got to do it on or before that date. If you don't, a bench warrant could be issued for your arrest, number 1, and number 2, the judge may not take any guilty plea that you've reached, any plea bargain you've reached with the other side. So it's important to follow that date and to know that date by heart. If you're going into custody as part of a plea agreement with one of those 2 circuit courts, that's the day you'll go into custody. So that's the second date you need to know. Hi, I'm Matt Eichelberger of the Eichelberger Law Firm in Jackson, Mississippi, and I'm discussing the 4 important dates you need to know if you have been indicted in Rankin or Madison County, Mississippi. The third date you have to know is the pretrial conference date. Now, if you haven't reached any sort of resolution with the state regarding your case, if you're going to trial, then the pretrial date will be the date on which you and your attorney sit down with the judge and the prosecutor and discuss any logistics of trial, like if you have certain witnesses you have to be in there, how long you expect the trial to take, that sort of thing. Also, you will discuss any outstanding motions that are pending before your trial, motions in limine, motions to suppress, that sort of thing. So that's the third important date you need to know, and if you don't show up for that date, the judge will issue a bench warrant for your arrest. Hi, I'm Matt Eichelberger of the Eichelberger Law Firm, and today I'm discussing the 4 dates you have to know if you have been indicted in Rankin or Madison County, Mississippi. Now, the 4th date that you've got to know is your trial date. That date is listed on your list that you received, your list of dates, as 1 day. But that doesn't mean that the trial is happening on that day and only on that day. It's actually the beginning of a 2-week term, and your trial could go to trial any day during those 2 weeks. So you have to be speaking with your lawyer and be ready to go on any of those dates. Your lawyer will be in contact with the court, and in advance will have a better idea as to whether or not you're starting on that day or perhaps the following Monday or at some point around those days. Those are the 4 dates you've got to know. Don't miss them.